Hello?
Hello.
How's that? How did that sound?
It sounded okay. It wasn't bad.
It's
So,
not shitty?
no, it's fine. I mean, he's just pissed off because I think because he got me that mic
Yeah.
and I'm not using it and I didn't bother to investigate how to do this. So,
Well, can't you use the mic with the same way you're. Could you kind of hook your computer into the mic so we could talk? I mean, you're not recording right now, are you?
I am recording.
Oh, you are?
Don't worry, all of that could be changed later, edited later.
Okay.
I'm talking through, okay, I'm FaceTiming you from his computer and using QuickTime to record it.
All right.
Do you understand?
Well, let's just do it this way, and then maybe we can test something. I want you to use the mic. That's the only thing I was thinking.
I
If the
know.
mic could somehow be integrated. I just was thinking the two splicing our voices is going to be
He says it's easy and that's how for him
all
and
right.
that's how he knows how to do
Okay.
stuff, but anytime I try to ask a question it's like I'm some kind of imbecile, so I don't even
I completely understand.
like, oh, you don't know
Remember
how
I
to
used to
do
always
that.
say I'm an analog girl in a digital
Yeah,
world,
you don't know how
and
to
I
do
live
that.
with a technology professional. So yeah, I'm always a moron.
Yeah, he's like, what don't you get? She claps. I'm like, what do you mean claps?
What?
Okay, I don't know, don't
What
even
does that mean?
I,
I don't know what that means.
anyway, this is the highlight of my day. I'm talking to somebody through a
Okay, so
computer.
I had like an introduction in my mind of
We're
like,
just, yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, give me your ideas because we're just shooting the shit now. I mean,
Well, I had an idea. I mean, initially, this podcast was going to be you and I talking about our lives. But since we're doing it at this time, I think we should
yeah,
just record it as, like week one, you know, you
yeah,
in Madrid, me in Brooklyn, and what we're seeing and experiencing and laugh about it as much as we can.
right.
Um, and how it affects our own lives and the stupid people that we see.
Yeah, because
I mean,
one symptom they haven't mentioned is that this brings out
stupidity.
the stupidity in everybody. But
Well,
yeah,
so we'll kick it off by saying March 22nd, 2020, end of week one of quarantining in Madrid for you,
yeah.
Nicole,
Uh,
mother of. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say 12 days without work, but 1 week without leaving the apartment. Yeah, and I'm teaching in a university which obviously closed almost 2 weeks ago now. So I'm teaching from home, which is a joke to say the least, and trying to not make these two kids kill each other and myself. So
Right.
I think we've
So,
done okay the whole week, considering.
so just like Nicole is a mother of two, and also her husband is there in the apartment with her. I really love that I can picture you in your apartment because I have been in your apartment.
Yeah,
Um, I'm saying this in the third person, which sounds weird, but I'm like feel like I'm speaking to other people.
yeah,
Nicole and I met and have been friends here in New York since we were in teenagers. Grew up together in college and after college, and have been friends for so long. We're both 42.
no,
The
no,
last
no,
time
no.
we're not 40. We're both turning 42 this year.
Yeah. Let's not rush it.
That's not Russian. But 2 years ago, my wonderful friend Nicole, helped fund a trip, and I was in Madrid with you. You and I were there together 2 years ago, and then we took a trip to Rome and spent an amazing 5 days in Rome. And I've been thinking about that lately.
Yeah, hasn't that been on
It's
your
such an
mind?
amazing trip. And then right after that trip, Anthony Bourdain killed himself, and I've also been thinking about how uh, I really think we
It,
took that trip at the right time, and
oh God,
geez,
yeah,
things have just.
yeah. I know.
And
I've been
you and I
thinking
talk a
about
lot,
that.
and we've been talking a lot because of all these things going on, even more so. And we thought recording something once a week would be kind of documenting what we see going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. Okay.
Yeah,
That's my little intro.
that's yeah, just to get everybody up to speed. And
Yeah.
you, living in Brooklyn, you are about to experience the lockdown. Is it today or tomorrow, or is it not
I
even
think they said
official?
9 o'clock tonight. Cuomo was just on the TV. They cut into whatever else was on, and he spoke for like an hour. And jeez, I mean, I don't really know a whole. I know people like him and hate him for other reasons, but that was uh, um, much needed leadership here. Just speaking, um, I think everybody needs to turn off
Yeah,
the president and stop listening to what he's saying, and that's my opinion.
I made.
What am I seeing here in Brooklyn? I think there are way too many people on the streets. I feel like when
Mhm.
I do watch TV, it seems to show Times Square, and look how empty the
Yeah,
streets
yep,
are. But
yep,
if you go into these neighborhoods, there are really still a lot of people walking around and doing what they think they need to be doing. And listening and talking to you, being ahead of things, I feel like I was being crazy trying to communicate to people around me, and you were not the only one to tell me to cancel a doctor appointment that I wanted to get over with, because I didn't know if when I'd be able to get it again,
yeah,
to just get this doctor's appointment over with. It was only a block away from my house, and that's the last time I've left.
yeah,
Um, we're okay. I have a backyard space. Um, so we're going to start utilizing that when the weather gets a little nicer. So we're cleaning it up back there, and really thankful for the amount of space we have in Brooklyn. But nobody's coming over. Nobody's stopping by.
no, they shouldn't be. This is not time to. My father-in-law, who's 81, is going out to get the bread and his newspaper every day. I mean,
Where does he live in Spain?
he lives in Burgos, which is about 2.5 hours north of where we are in Madrid. And I don't know. I keep saying to everybody, it's a matter of it's either you're ignorant or arrogant. What is the problem here? Either you're totally unaware of what's
We're
going
hearing a
on.
lot about Madrid. Is Barcelona is what Madrid seems to be the most hit right now.
Madrid is the epicenter of the whole thing right now. Of course, it's everywhere,
Yeah.
but this is um,
Yeah, that's what they said about New York yesterday.
every day. It's like the
In New York,
tolls are going
in
up.
America, that New York is now the epicenter.
Now that yeah, from what I've seen, that there's the most cases there. But
Yeah.
they're supposed to close according to the military. They're supposed to close the actual borders of Madrid tomorrow. So that's weird. I don't know what that means in terms of like food deliveries and all other stuff, but I made a conscious decision today that I'm not listening to any more WhatsApp groups, any more videos, any more bullshits coming through. I'm just listening for like the main official announcements because there's so much confusion. I don't know what I'm supposed to believe here. Oh, the borders are closing. Like,
Yeah.
what does that even
And
mean?
what would that at this point really help? I think it doesn't seem like closing borders is important. It seems like the help and the assistance and the support to the hospitals is what's necessary.
Right, because that's the major problem now. But we have what
Yeah.
you don't have from what I've been reading. We just got something like 650,000 kits delivered here. Some you don't seem to have in the U.S. There's like a shortage of kits from what I see, unless you're famous.
It seems
and
like
rich.
a lot of misinformation. That's
Yeah,
what it seems like.
Yeah, that's why I can't.
Yeah.
Yet you hear these reports. So and so got tested positive. Well, how'd you get the test?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
So
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's a lot of misinformation. So, did you see the video? Let's talk about because it seems like there's a lot of misinformation, and I think it's because it's changing rapidly.
right, yeah,
And then there's the confusion of politics, because I think that
Yep.
there are some real still malicious deeds being done. And we're not being told the truth, or I don't know about the truth, but I don't know. But we got to just look out for ourselves, and it's the simplicity of things is going to be important for now and getting through
Yeah.
this. So
I think if people
Yeah.
just stay in their houses, I mean,
oh my God, yeah.
neither of us are doctors, but we can both clearly agree that that's like the main thing we should be doing.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that appointment out of the way. I really probably should have done it 2 months ago. It was only a block away, and I'm home. And the grocery store is down the block. It's not far,
Yeah.
but we're not needing to go there anytime soon because
Mm-hmm.
there's no need for unnecessary trips to the grocery store. Also, like,
Right.
even though it is open, you don't have to go for every meal like we always do. I mean, that's how
Exactly.
New Yorkers are.
That's
We
how we are
pick
too.
up, the vegetables for tonight's dinner. That
Yep.
can't happen anymore.
That's
So,
an.
did you see the video of the kid down in Myrtle Beach?
Is that where that was? I thought it was somewhere in Florida. Yeah. Um, the kid that was like, "Oh, no one's gonna stop us partying." That guy.
I almost sent that to you, and
Ugh.
I said I can't do that to you. I just thought
Yeah.
it would send you over the edge.
It, and then I think like if I were that age, I still don't think I would have done that back then. It's been said such a stupid.
Well, his parents. It's
Well,
his parents
we
just.
never even went on
I don't
spring
know.
break. Spring break, we got stoned and went to Great Adventure. That was spring break.
I remember staying back. We both went to college in New York in the 90s. Yeah, right? We could
Yeah,
say that. Went
but
to college in New York in the 90s.
late '90s.
Well, you went to Purchase, the same thing. Close enough. We were always going out in New York. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, you know,
Wasn't that kid in high school though? I don't even think he was in college. That guy.
I, no, I think it was college.
Oh,
I remember staying back a couple years to work. Like that was when I picked up extra shifts at my job during spring
yeah.
break.
I never went anywhere. That concept never
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah, no, I mean there were people I knew who would go someplace, but we didn't go to those kind of colleges, but I do remember
Yeah.
staying back and making extra money during spring
We
break.
went to art schools, which were not didn't
Yeah,
cater to that like meathead. What do you call it?
mentality.
No, but like the frat type people. I,
Yeah,
those are the kind of people that are like, let's go to Cancun. Like, we didn't go with people like that.
right.
So, I don't know. But yeah, that annoyed me. I'm glad you didn't send it to me because,
It got to you
yeah,
anyway, though. I'm
I was
sorry.
annoyed. But yet I
Um,
watched it like 3 times just to see if I missed anything.
so I did read a couple headlines. Of course, I'm skimming through and not reading entire articles, but I am hearing that the work productivity is going to go down no matter what. And I know
Mm.
you had experienced some frustration with coworkers, and just the expectations of, hey, listen, I'm adjusting to working from home. There's no way the productivity is going to be the same. There's going to be an adjustment.
Of
I
course.
also am trying to take care of my kids and feed them and worry and pay attention to things.
Hmm.
Um, so do you feel like the forgiveness of that is happening with your job, or is it like, come on, let's focus and stay
Well,
on track?
the people who are in charge,
Hmm.
at least have personally written to me and said like, what you're doing is perfect. This is not. We got a great email the other day that was just like, I thought of it as just a dig to everybody. It was just basically like, this is not the time to be showing off and trying to use as many technical devices as possible. Suddenly people are coming out of the woodwork and trying to like show off behind the computer. It's like that's not the type of job we have. Just get the thing done as best as you can. And nobody is going to sit there and hold a gun to our heads at this point and be like, "Where's the final product? Why doesn't it look a certain way?" I mean, there's lenience, of course. I mean, what could we expect? I know I'm not going back to work. There's no way. Cuz I finished classes on April 30th. Then we start the exam period already today they prolonged this whole state of emergency an extra 15 days. So that already takes us to the middle of April now. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know about when the rest of the people are going back, for other
I
jobs.
don't think anybody does, right?
Nobody
That's
does.
the other thing. There's no way to plan really.
Oh,
Um,
I wanted to ask you this cuz I read something literally like 2 hours ago or so. I thought this was a great quote. It said the brain is not wired. Let me see. How does it go? The brain is not wired for uncertainty, but it's wired
Oh, I
for
think I saw that.
like reaction in crisis, but not for
Right.
uncertainty. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to
Yeah.
see what you thought
It's
about that.
really, I think that's why it's important to just kind of, I'm trying to minimize things and do things at home. And, but
Mm,
it's going to be a week to week, things are going to either feel worse or you're going to,
mm,
you're going to get antsy or whatever. I wanted to mention, I'm such an expert in podcasting. So I should go ahead and mention that um, I host and direct the In the Spray Room podcast for Sold Magazine. And that's on all major platforms. We'll see what we can do with our conversations, maybe get them going as well. But so we sit down every week and it gets aired on Monday mornings. Interview with a street artist or graffiti artist that's either coming through New York, has worked in New York, or is a New York artist. Um, I am a
mm.
street art photographer in my creative side of my career. So being around those people and social media really did bring a lot of them together. It's a whole other conversation, but in the same way that you're talking about the competition, I really saw a lot of people, artists, creatives, really, I don't, the longevity of this, and they're
Yeah.
really like create, stay home, create, and they're, using their hashtags and it's almost overwhelming. I think I haven't really grounded myself yet to just sit down and create yet or get into,
Yeah,
do you know what I
it's
mean?
because it's
I think
also
everybody's going to
fresh.
have their own adjustment period.
Yeah, one thing is for sure, I could guarantee this because take any period in time where there has
Mm-hmm.
been any kind of crisis or turmoil, what
Mm-hmm.
comes out of it? There always is great music that comes out of it,
Yes.
great art that comes out of it,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that's a for sure is going to happen.
Definitely. Yeah. But the social media, well, that's been a thing that, I think people at our age, it was so much fun, and then it's like overwhelming, and maybe if we grew up with it, it'd be more just a part of our life. I always kind of think that we are the lucky age where we knew what it was like to not have social media as
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, yeah,
And now we see it, we use it, it's fun, but it also can be a little, I don't know. As much as people feel that social media brings you together, it can also kind of pull people apart as well. I have felt, and is that you messaging me? Oh no,
no.
somebody else. I thought that was you sending me a message.
I'm cutting you off via phone now.
I thought you were saying okay,
Yeah,
enough.
that's
I
enough.
thought you were sending me a message.
Cut the
Okay.
shit on the
Anyway,
social media.
it's that balance. I don't know if that's our age, maybe, but
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not on it anymore because I just can't even imagine either the misinformation, the worry warts, the people that it just feeds. I don't know. I think it could be a good tool, but
yeah,
it could also be, I don't know. There's a time to disconnect from that stuff too.
yeah, right. It is nice to. I'm actually trying to talk to people individually as opposed to posting and speaking to my followers or I've appreciated that more. Um, my partner Ronnie, Big Ronnie, aka Big Ronnie Hustle on Instagram. The host of, he also is he's the MC of the podcast. He's always really can pretty much talk to anybody, um, any kind of artist that comes in. There's always a great conversation that happens, and I have really appreciated how he's a very social person, and I'm half and half, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at like staying in. I get hunkering down, and he is definitely a social butterfly, and I can he's getting on these group chats and talking with friends and
Is he talking
uh,
about other things though, or is he like because
oh, and it's intentional subject matter to not talk
oh
about
see that's
this. Yeah.
he's good then, because that's the thing
Yeah.
that I'm finding. Like, there's nothing else to talk about. I mean, there's got to be like another base of conversation. Even if you go to read, everything that you read, even if it's about
Right.
whatever, it's all somehow related to this, and it's hard to disconnect from it, really. What are you going to do
Yeah.
about the podcast, actually? I meant to ask you that. Is this just off now?
So, we put up our last one on the 16th. We recorded it on the 8th, which was daylight savings. I'm looking at the calendar. And it was that gentleman's birthday that day. It was a really, and we kind of knew that, I got to say, I've been hearing about this being a New Yorker, like from, and also artists from, that are in Asia, in different parts and around and overseas, and we saw this coming a long time ago. I hate to say it, and I do feel like this stupid. I don't know. It's really it's. I think we saw this coming and just weren't ready. But the
Yeah.
8th was the last time recorded. It went up on the 16th. I had on my calendar, we were supposed to record today, and the two people I wanted to call in, they were ready to come in this month, and I don't want to do, and this is fun for us, but what we got going and why the conversation was so good is because we were sitting at the table together, and it wasn't over Skype, and I feel like sometimes we'd have people come in that maybe we met them one time, but sitting down together, you get a good conversation going, and I do think I'm going to be old school like that. So for now, we're going to put up like throwbacks.
Yeah.
Like last year, we did a good conversation at this time with Martha Licia, who's an amazing female artist from the Bronx. And I'm going to put that up and just say, hey, guys, go listen to this from last year. And we'll just try to keep things going.
I bet a lot of people are going to take that route, honestly. Like, go into the archives for a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, because we're in especially you, because I think you're slightly behind us. You're like still in the assessing part of it.
Well, I'm hunkered down. I don't know about everybody else. And
No,
I guess I can't worry about everybody else right now because I got, the family here, and it's high traffic. New York is just, there's still people. I don't know. It's scary.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I'm scared of looters. I'm scared of the police department not being able to handle crime. Honestly,
I think that's going to be an issue there for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I just said that out loud.
Well, I don't really worry about that too much here, that whole looting mentality, but it is making some people.
Well, yeah, especially if Trump doesn't really give a fuck about New York. Can we swear? Are we going to swear on this?
Yeah, I think I already passed that when I said bullshit a while ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I gave myself permission. Oh, God.
Well, yeah, so it doesn't seem like he's going to care about the sanctuary cities. And that's a big concern, I think, about the people who are on the front lines are the people who are afraid of ICE, and that's not fair. I mean, it's disgusting. I don't know. But yeah, I'm. These delivery guys they're paid nothing. I mean, I hope they're getting.
That I can't get over. They haven't stopped that down because those gig economists. I mean, they need to be taken care of, but they also should not be going around delivering shit anymore. I don't think.
Well, the other thing is nobody knows where Joe Biden is.
He disappeared?
Oh, you just cut up. You're cutting up.
Oh, I said he disappeared?
Nobody's seen him.
Okay, I'm watching somebody from a balcony. I don't know what this guy is doing. It looks like he's holding an urn. I swear to God. And he's shaking it over the
He's spreading
balcony.
ashes?
Oh God, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Nothing's coming out of the urn, but anyway, I'm changing topics for a second because
Have you, started putting up Christmas lights. Is that happening?
I read about that. Listen, I have the white Christmas lights around my main window,
Oh,
just
right, right.
all year long. It's just one strand. It's nothing like holly jolly or anything like that. But no, but people are painting pictures and putting them in their windows so that the neighbors
Oh.
can see. I don't know. I haven't reached that point yet.
Oh, I got the Christmas lights out last night, so I'm gonna string them up here, and then one funny thing. I have this neighbor. I've lived in this apartment in Bay Ridge for 6 years, and next door, the superintendent of the building, which there's a lot of tenants in that building.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only in a 3-floor limestone, and there's a lot of units in the building next door, and he's the super, and we've befriended him. He's a nice guy, and he's never said a racist thing, never before. But in the last week,
Oh boy.
I see him every day now, and I always say hello to him, and he always makes a point of just saying the most racist, unnecessary thing. And
With the hopes that you're
I
gonna
just,
chime in, or
I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's what he's. I think he's trying to see if I'm on his side. He keeps saying foreigners. Everything is about the foreigners. Uh, like the
Asians.
Christmas lights, he's gonna give them. He's got extra Christmas lights. He's gonna give them to me because they're made by foreigners. Who needs that if it's not American made?
Oh
And I
God.
just was like, wow, that's just one example.
Yeah, that's what we should be thinking about now.
Yeah, and it's like I've known him for 6 years. He never anything like that, but now it's just he can't help himself. So,
Yeah, it's bringing this corona is bringing out the worst in people.
well, I'm trying to laugh about it. I he can't wait to leave. He's gonna be done with his job in 2 months, and then he's going to the woods to hide out with his wife and retire. And so, stay away from me, 6 feet, please. And I talked to him from afar. There's a fence in between us.
Today I had my first face-to-face conversation with any other human besides the people I live with. I went to hang out the sheets, and one of the neighbors from like down and across came out at the same time. She's like, "Yeah, hey neighbor, like, what are you
Ah,
what are you doing?" It was sick. It was like a 2 minute conversation about nothing, and I actually came back in the house and said, "Wow, that's like the first interaction I've had with anybody over the
right.
age of
You have
9."
in on your floor like what 4 units
Yeah,
when you get off the elevator.
yeah. And so this was like down. I'm on the 6th floor. This was the 5th floor across, which I see the woman once in a while. She waves her stove at me, but that's about it.
Oh, okay.
Smoke up,
Anything
Johnny.
else on your list? Do you want to do something do once a week, or what do you think?
I think once a week, and you know what I want to incorporate into this whole thing, because we're going to be in the midst of this for a while. I want to incorporate
Right.
once a week, like what are some cool things that you're doing or things that you're
Okay.
watching. Like I'm excited to see Curb tomorrow.
Right. Yes. Tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
you
I'll
watch
watch it
it tonight.
tonight.
I watch
But
it tomorrow, but that's been great this season.
very good. I agree. This is good. I think we should do what we're watching, what we're doing,
Yeah.
and then also uh, one thing that we um, are going to take more appreciation of, like something like we did like a couple weeks ago. That like I'm looking forward to doing that again. But okay, because I had
Okay.
that written down of
That
something to like.
okay.
Is that lame? Is that lame?
No, while you're taking notes, write this down because I'm not doing a damn thing while I'm talking to you. But I want to
Go ahead.
also because let's not break up our usual nature here. It's in our nature to point out the stupidity of people. So let's
Of
let's
course.
let's you know put a little snippet in there of some idiocy we pick up on
Absolutely.
during the week. Like I saw a woman yesterday online. Listen, this is urgent. If you don't have a mask, you need to do this right away. Takes out a baby wipe and starts making a makeshift mask. And
Out of out of a
like
Lysol wipe, like Clorox wipe.
like a baby wipe. You know, okay. I have nothing to say about that. That says.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's
So
a good one. Okay, well,
I like
so
that formula.
we're watching Curb. Curb has been great this season. The Spite Store is amazing.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and the girl from Broad City as the sweaty waitress was so uncomfortable.
The diarrhea.
Especially now.
I have to say, I called that whole ending wrong. Spoiler alert. I predicted.
Oh, you thought she was gonna have diarrhea?
I thought she was gonna have diarrhea in the coffee shop, where there's no shitting allowed.
Right. I thought that too.
That's an alternative ending.
Didn't want to. It was just her sweating on the food.
Oh
was
God.
Unbelievable. I couldn't watch it.
But by far, episode 3 has been the best.
Spanish one.
Hilarious. Yeah.
That was so good.
We could talk about that another time, but I like the formula. I like where we're going with this.
What else are you watching?
I'm gonna start tonight. What is it called? The Outsider? Because I love Jason Bateman. He's great.
Okay.
Never heard of the show, but my sister-in-law is like, "Oh, you should get on that." What else am I watching? The Sinner.
What's that?
Believe it or not, it's on USA, which I know. Go ahead and laugh, but it's pretty good.
The Sinner.
It's on episode.
Who's
it's
in
on
it?
season 3.
I'm writing it down.
I forgot the guy's name. Damn, what's his name? You'll recognize him when you see him. And Ozark is coming out this week, 3rd season.
I did not know that. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Ozarks is great.
What else are you watching?
I was gonna start My Brilliant Friend. Go back, and I don't know if it's any good. Did you hear about this? It's on HBO.
No, but
or is it Netflix? It's one of the two. I'm sorry.
My what friend?
My Brilliant Friend.
Well, okay. What's that about?
I don't know. 2 girls. It's yeah. I got no info in front of me. Hold on, let me see if I can look it up. What about Plot Against America? That's an HBO show.
Just by the title, I don't think I can handle that now.
Yeah. Did you watch Succession? That was on Showtime.
I did start watching it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, if you get into each character is interesting if you can get into it.
I saw like 1 or 2 episodes and it didn't grab me.
Yeah.
Same with the Hunters.
I got into it.
Hunters, I could see it's good, but I just couldn't get into it.
It's a little too real right now.
I need something funny, which is why I like Curb.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might start going back and watching Seinfeld episodes or something. That never gets old.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, which I think was pretty much a kid movie. Maybe you guys already watched it. I would have laughed at this, but Crazy Rich Asians is really good, and I think the kids would get it and they would like it.
I saw that. Yeah.
No, because I sent you a list of really good movies, and you're like, these movies are not for kids, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
I know you're like Goodfellas. I'm like, you do realize I have a 4-year-old and an almost 9-year-old.
Sorry, I forgot. But I was watching Crazy Rich Asian, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch this because it was free. It was on streaming or whatever. And I wouldn't have bothered watching it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
Did I see any movies recently that I liked? No.
I know everything's superhero movies.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we did a good job. What?
All
How
right.
many minutes? We got to
That
be
was
over 30 minutes,
34.
right?
That was 34.
All right.
And I think that's like a half hour is a good thing to do.
All right.
Um,
So you and I will speak during the week, but I think we'll reconvene this podcast at week 2
yeah.
on the 29th.
Okay. Oh,
Be safe.
I'm changing the
Stay
clocks.
inside.
So I'll have to yeah. Okay. Stay
Stay
inside.
inside.
Don't go anywhere. Laugh, eat, drink, and be merry. What can I say?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Talk to
Love
you
you.
later. Love you too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.